So does this mean we can expect a new Bieber movie every year? I sounded way too excited about that, didn't I? Justin Bieber's Believe is the second documentary about the pop star and his meteoric rise to fame. This one follows up Never Say Never by taking us inside the preparation and execution of the new album and tour. I found the first one insightful, entertaining, and even touching. This one? Well, not so much. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still rooting for the kid. Music aside, I think it's unfair the way our culture picks out punching bags, oftentimes just because they're popular or successful. I find Bieber jokes to be as annoying and cheap as the Britney Spears jokes were before him and the Michael Jackson jokes were before that. Now, I know that's not necessarily part of what might make the movie good or bad, but I wanted to mention it because I think the easy thing to do in talking about a movie like this is to rip into it just because Bieber and his saggy pants make such a fun punching bag. So let's talk about the actual movie. You know what I liked about this one? And let's call it the best thing. They actually address some of those issues in here. Not nearly enough, I think, but there's a pretty great scene towards the end of the film where Justin is directly asked what will keep him from going off the deep end when there's nobody around him to tell him no. Now, I didn't necessarily find his answer all that compelling, but still, it's nice to hear someone ask the question. And in case you're curious, the Biebs also gives an answer as to why he wears his pants so low. Turns out it's because he's trying to wear the pants and not let the pants wear him. Kid's a true philosopher, I tell you. Point being, it was a good conversation. It reminded me why I liked the first documentary so much. But it was only one scene. And for the rest of the movie, it just plays like one giant commercial for the album and tour. And I guess we should know that going in. But they did such a great job telling his story in the first one, I guess I expected a little more of that in this one as well. Plus, there's been a slew of great music docs in the past couple years, so I thought they would have the formula down by this point. Plus, and this might just be a personal thing, but I'm calling it my worst thing anyway, I found the actual concert footage to be so over the top and ridiculous that it bordered on parody. Seriously, floating in on giant wings made of instruments? We already have one Lady Gaga, we really don't need another. All in all, Believe is a disappointing follow-up film to the far superior Never Say Never. Though there are a few scattered moments of apparent honesty and introspection, the vast majority of it feels forced and silly. I give it a C-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, I'm going to put some stuff up over here that you could click on if you want. If you want to subscribe, big gray subscribe button's right up here. You can do that there. If you want to see more reviews, you can click over here to see reviews of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, 47 Ronin, Wolf of Wall Street, or Grudge Match. You can also click the logo right up here to go to yourmoviefriend.com where you can search by title for reviews. And finally, this review's best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify what my choice is. So here it is. What's the best modern music documentary? Let's say the last 10 years. Mine's an easy call for me and involves a band who released a movie earlier this year that I wasn't quite as fond of. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe.